Hello, everybody. Welcome to Twitch, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We have some issues to fix today. For the second or third time, I've had a save file get corrupted or get messed up, so I spent this afternoon setting up my save files so that they're on an automatic backup, so hopefully we won't have the issue again. But we have the end of our last YouTube episode. We were at cycle 2044, and we had this system finished. We had this all done. We had our crops all going, and we had cleaned up all the gases and the liquids in the base. So we are doing that again to get us back into the place where we were. And we'll go from there. We're going to get sunk into it. I did do a little bit this afternoon trying to get it caught back up, but then I thought we'll just do it on the stream tonight because it's something worth watching anyway. Plus, I was not feeling so well, so I took a long nap today. Starting this week, I'm going to be doing a stream every Saturday night. This is the first of them. Usually they're going to be later than this. But the times will change, but it'll be every Saturday night. Just depends on my work schedule. So right now I have all these commands queued up to clean out the asteroid the way we want. We are going to put a gas pump down here and make a path to it like we did before so that all the gases in the base can get filtered down into this corner and get sucked up into our filter that we built. And then we just need to add in, well, into our loop. Then we just need to add in filters for it. So yeah, it's just a matter of waiting for everything to get built. 2 buildings are entombed. Well, one is the temperature shift plate. The other one says an aqua tuner. I bet you that's in here. No? Interesting. That is the coolant loop. That is doing our hatchery and stuff. Guess it got hotter than I wanted it to. Okay, we're gonna have to crack into that. We'll go in through right here. Actually, no. I don't want to do that because that'll shut off the steam turbine. Crack in through here. Nope. Oh, and I don't want to do that because that's all. I just want to do this. There we go. Now my stream manager is up. It's going to release a whole crap load of steam. Fine. We'll Clean it up. I'm gonna get that repaired really fast. Alright, somebody come repair this aqua tuner so I can seal it up. So the only thing I can think of is that somehow the wrong fluid got in there. Does that mean maybe one of the pipes got... Actually, you know what? Let's do that real quick while we're in here. Those pipes are not... We're in it. What I'm going to do is cut this off so we're not adding to the heat while we're working on this. Should have done that first. I mean, those pipes are granite. I want them to be ceramic. What about this pipe? It's made of gold. Let's make that out of steel, so we don't have any issues down the road. Oh, the steam is going to heat this area up like crazy, but it'll dissipate quickly once we get it sealed back up. It'll all be fine. But we let a lot of steam out of there. Should probably put some more liquid back in. Do I have any... Yep, I have a water pipe right here. I just get the pressure in this room went down dramatically when all that steam escaped. So right now we only have about 3 kilograms of steam. I want that to be much higher. So we'll put a pipe in. We'll reroute some water into the drain here. And that'll cool the whole system down. And then as it heats back up, it'll turn into steam, but the pressure will be high enough that the heat will stabilize. Problem with heat transfer is when you have small amounts of fluid or gas for the heat to transfer into, it does it chaotically. Like it'll bounce back and forth. If you have a large enough amount, it will stabilize. We want to reconnect power. What are our temps looking like? Our base is still very hot. This was pretty cool. I gotta go back to the other colony. I'm having issues with food over there. Okay, so let's cut this off. So this one. We'll leave that pipe that I ran over connected to the main line so that we can add more in when we need to, but that should do it for now. Okay, so back to Gorgani. Okay, so we only have 2,000 calories of food. Nosh beans are growing, or the bucket beans, bog buckets are growing. So what are our, we're getting unpermitted food. Oh, I have a pacu fillet here. I'm going to set up a temporary little electric grill so that we can handle that stuff. I need to turn off priority yellow alert. Set a cook. Oh, Ashcan, you're the one that's starving, so you can be the cook. So let's do. All right, that was my alarm. Hope that wasn't super loud in your ears. Okay, so that's going. Hey, there we go. That'll save us right this moment. We can eat that. I want to get rid of these things. Eventually, I may set up a farm for them just to try them out because I've never used them before, but right now they're just in my way. And I could use the meat. Let's see. The top two rows are going to be bog buckets. This is all nosh beans. This natural gas is a problem now. Should be okay because we're not having any more come out, so these will keep growing. Good, they're about halfway through. So that meat should get us through till those grow, and then we'll have a nice harvest. At least until we run out of polluted water. So we need to get this finished up. So let's go to priority 7 on this area. Let's see, who is my digger now? It is oh, that was Ashkin. I just used his last skill point to make him a cook. That was not what I meant to do. Okay. All these guys have exosuit except for Axel. So if I set up an exosuit, I have 3 people that can make it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing here in a little bit. The way I had set up before was the exosuit was here. This whole area was exosuit only, and then I built a wall here so that the farm And this area up here was all accessible to the base. That's what I'm going to set up again. It's just going to take me a while to get that set back up. Okay, so much to do. It's all growing. That's good. We'll make it through with the foods. I guess I can also send some more food over from the other colony quickly while we're waiting. Oh, I still have somebody working in the gym. I gotta fix that. People can get in. This is set to priority 8, and this is set to priority 9. So as they bring barbecue down, it'll get transferred over. So somebody is still in here working in the gym. Gunder? What is Gunder doing in the gym? Gunder's working out. Oh, that's right. I forgot I had to fix this issue during the episode last time. Hello, Nix. You come to harass me? Who suffocates? Where's it says suffocating? It's because he's slow on the ladders, so he can't get up to the oxygen fast enough. He'll be okay. I'm repairing my colony that got deleted during the save file corruption. How is temperature stuff now? That one's running great. This one's not so much. I think it's just trying to tackle too much heat. But it's only doing in here. Where is all the heat coming from that it's... Maybe it was all these generators being run, but I don't think so. I mean, it could have been the heat from that getting boiled up. Oh, I had this exact same issue the last time. I don't want that built out of obsidian because then they got to run all the way to the oil biome. Let's build it out of granite. Looks like our slickster population is getting running. 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7. Hell yeah. I have a few slicksters not making it to places. Why is that? Okay. How are you doing today, Nix? Another issue I remembered I needed to fix. Meat and pacu fillet should not go in here because they're just getting put up into here to get cooked. So what else is getting cooked? Meal ice, mush bar, mushroom, spindly grub fruit. Basically, anything that I cook should not be going in this refrigerator because it'll just create a loop. Bristleberries, okay. I think that should be alright. The side of the base is still a little chaotic because of everything going on here. I'll come back to it soon. Where are you going with the meat? Just turn that off. The reason I'm having so much lag in this little spot is because there's a lot of critters in there that were supposed to have been drowned in the water, and the water evaporated. So it'll be fixed shortly. Hi, Demon. How you doing? Wow, that's a torturous sound. I'm gonna turn the game down, sounds back down a little bit. I have my own music. I don't need that. I don't know where Waylander is coming from with water. Oh yeah? I don't understand why. Like, there's water right here. I'm requesting water for this pitcher pump. People are running all over the map to get it. There's water right there, buds. There you go, Demon. Now you figured it out. Good. It's all the water I need. That'll fix the lag issue. Alright. Back to Gargani. Okay, getting this area here finished is priority now, because we have food coming in from both the old colony and our plants. So let's do level 8 on this and all this. And then I need to delete this ladder. I think I should probably set up the exosuits that I had. Let's move this. So stations, Atmosuit dot. And we just need 3, or no, Atmosuit checkpoint goes first. I think I'd know what I'm doing by now, but no, I don't. Atmosphere checkpoint can go right there. For now, we'll just put 3 docks on it. Because I only have 3 duplicates that can use it. And then it's running through, but I don't want it to run like that. I want it to run like that. Put in a door here. How are we doing for power? We're good. We're good. Gucci fan. Well, you know, I could have left that grill there. I'll put it back. So we need to deliver suits. So then as far as our duplicates go, Chrono, Auto, and Psi all have exosuit training. So default access is going to be to go out. No, default will make so that you can come back in. We'll give Psi, Auto, and Chrono the ability to go out through that door. Though I need them to get me my exosuits. Are you grabbing them or what? They probably aren't allowed because I probably still have this set that they're not allowed through it without exosuits. So let's disable it for now. I need these to be high priority so that they can get. Okay, cool. Now we have exosuits in place. That's excellent. We need to get these power wires done. This wall's getting finished. That means people will... So basically, I have 3 duplicates that can go out. Chrono, Auto, and Psi, and then Axel and Ashcan cannot because they have not gotten the skills they need in order to get an exosuit on. Soon we'll have super duper hard digging, which is excellent. Let's enable this again. Sweet. Chrono's putting on her exosuit, heading on out. So now when they're working down here, they won't be slowed down by the fact that they can't breathe, because they'll be able to breathe because they will have oxygen in their suits. Set this back up. I want to do a row of tiles like this. I want this ladder. I'm going to do a 3-wide tunnel there with a wall, so here is where I want this ladder. What are you doing out here? There's a couple of airflow tiles right there. I want this air to be able to come out. I'm okay with only having 3 duplicates that can come out here, because then these other 2 can stay in here and take care of the farming needs and get that going. Check our blueprint. I don't really want the eggs. That'd be good for food source, though. We'll put in an egg cracker. Ashkin's still out here working like crazy. Go back to the base, where you can breathe. And then I got Axel in here doing the work. That's good. So I have 3 different crops growing. I have 2 rows of bog buckets. These make bog jellies, which is 1,840 calories. I don't know how long they take to grow, so let's check that out. I guess I should check out the bog bucket, not the bog. The orange is natural gas that's built up. I'm working on getting it cleared out. So they can't breathe in that, and it's invading my whole base. So that's why I'm building a gas storage here next to the geyser, and I set up an atmosuit dock so they can come down here and do the work without choking to death. And then I'm going to suck all the gases out and filter them. Okay, bog buckets take 6.6 cycles to grow, and they produce 1,800 calories, right? Is that what I said? Yeah. So that means per cycle they produce... So if it's 1,840 divided by 6.6, that means on average they produce 278.7 calories per cycle. So I'll just call it 279. So we need 3.6 bog buckets per duplicate to provide food. And since we have 5 duplicates, that means we need 18. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. We have 26. This should provide more than enough food for for our current number of duplicates once it's all up and running. And once we crack open the cool slush geyser like we had before, that will provide us plenty of polluted water to keep these warm. We may need to warm it up, but power won't be a problem once we get it all said and done. Okay, so keep having really bad lag spikes. It's driving me crazy today. I thought I had fixed them when I did some changes to the game this morning, but I guess not. I think it's issues on my main colony that are causing the problems. Let's get rid of that morb. I'm actually going to get rid of all these critters because I don't want them. And let's crack these eggs. So I don't want them to hatch here. And then we'll set everything to omelets. That'll give us some extra food. Back over to the main colony. Now that I have 90,000 calories transferred over, no more barbecue getting transferred. We're almost up to 4 million calories, so clearly things are stabilized up here. I don't know if I showed that on the stream, but I changed these little kill chambers so that if there's more than one in here, it will knock one of them off. Because these are just overflow chambers, so I don't need them to grow anymore, because I don't need their eggs. These 12 chambers give me all the eggs I need. So as long as these all have 7 in them, somebody comes down here and grabs this slickster, takes it and puts it in this chamber, and then since there's 2, eventually one of them will jump down here, and then he's a goner. Let's make this a higher priority. Who did we did give the cooking skill to? Yeah, Ashcan, that's good. He's one of the people that can't leave the colony. So he can stay in here cooking the food. Axel can harvest the crops. So Axel, we should probably give points into farming when we get more points. We gain any skill points we can use. We can actually give him crop tending right now. Give Cronus some extra strength. Same with Auto. Sai we could give anything we need to, but I don't want to push his morale too high. But we'll give him extra strength too. Let's set those to 5s. Same with all of these. Thought I had high priority down here. Why is this stuff not getting done? They not able to get to it or what? Auto, Chrono, and Psi are able to get out. The atmosphere's charged. I guess they're doing it. There's just other things going on that they need to take care of. Okay with all this getting done, but the priority is 6. Oh, I see the problem. Ashcan is my hard digger. Okay, so I need to put in my skill scrubber. Need it somewhere where I can have power. Let's put it up on the roof. So all these things that I want them to do down here require somebody to be able to dig into the hard materials. And Ashcan's the only one who can do that, but he is not allowed to leave the base because he can't put on an exosuit. So I'm gonna clean his skills, but then I'm gonna probably stress Sai out doing this, but I'm gonna give him all 3 levels of super hard digging so he can do all the work down here. We have the Great Hall buff. We have this, and we have this. So that's 6, plus there's 3 from the downtime. That's 9, 10, 11, just from all that. So it should be pretty good. Okay, Sai's eating his dinner and then going to bed. Let's put a high command on getting rid of this water. That way people can sleep properly. I did make some changes from when I actually recorded the episode, and I put in more beds because I think I may increase the number of people in this colony. I still got to put Sai's fancy bed back in that I promised him. I should do that now. That'll actually help with his morale too. Good fit. All right, cool. So Sai's back here doing the work. This is great. What's the priority on this? 8. Let's make that a 7. Do I have an ethanol pump? I do. Trying to get this polluted water off the top. That's what these mesh tiles are here for. Good deal. I think they got it. And get rid of this one now so they can get back down in. Yep, that's right. Kill the things. I want to make it so that there is a 2 wide gap under here to let air flow through to there. Actually, probably, let's push this all out. I don't know why I have that pipe like that. You know, I'm going to cancel those. I thought of a design I wanted to try to do. We're going to do it there. We're going to move it down one more. And then what I'm going to do is... Oh, I think I actually need to separate them out one more. Gas plate element sensor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then what I want to do is put gas bridges there, 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 there. Okay, this is all backed up because it has nowhere to go. So originally when I built this, I put the polluted water storage up here. But then I ran into issues where these geysers were making it really cramped. So I think I'm just going to make a little pump system over here, pump it over this way, and I'm going to make liquid storage that goes here all the way over to here. Get rid of this. Need to put a new pitcher pump in to get water though, because they need to be able to get to the water. Actually, I want to make sure these are empty. There's just a way that I thought of to try to compact this a little more. So what I'm going to do is, now that I have those gas bridges, the gas shutoffs will all go like this. And I'm going to do an automation wire that comes across each of them. Power wire. So then I can run the pipes for the gases all out at the bottom of the filter and have more space down there. And it only takes up 2 tiles tall. Priority 8 on this, and on this. Actually, probably make this row go across here, just to keep it even with this way I have been doing things, where it's on the same level as all the other scaffolding. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It's irritating. This will make priority 9 because I need to get water up there for the sinks. think this should be enough. That's done. So we're going to set this one to ethanol, enable auto bottle 9, but we're going to watch it because as soon as somebody gets over here with the ethanol, I need to micromanage this. Oh, I need to get this mopped up before the ethanol goes in. Good deal. Chrono is going to get that mopped up just in time. Perfect. All right. So now we have gases pumping out. I need to handle these gases. I need to finish building the filter. I also want to pump this room out. So what we're doing here is we're going to get all the gas out of this room because it's still mixed gases, which we don't want. And the same with this room. And then once we're done, this is set up for infinite natural gas storage. So we'll start pumping the natural gas into here from our filters. And then we got to figure out what to do with these other ones. For now, we'll probably just put them into tanks because we don't really have a ton of them. So let's make some space for that over here. So we're going to have chlorine, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, polluted oxygen, carbon dioxide. Let's just be our temporary storage just to get them out of the way. Then we don't need to worry about these two. There's some type of geyser right there that I don't know what it is yet. Let's go back to getting this finished. We're building a wall over here, and then we're going to deconstruct it once I put an airflow wall on the side of the liquid tanks, because I want the gases that are built up in here to spill out over. They'll come down this little tunnel over here to the pump. That'll create like a gas sink for the whole base. I'll set it up so everything filters down here and comes down this way. Alright, so we're getting bog jelly in at a pretty good rate. Nosh beans aren't growing, and neither are the thimbleweeds because the natural gas is in there. So once we get those out, that'll be good. Okay, so the first one we're going to do natural gas in it. And we're going to run the pipe from it down like this and into here. Though we're not going to connect it up quite yet because I want to get this stuff out. Next one, what do we have the most of in here? I think we have a lot of chlorine, so let's handle the chlorine next. So that is going to go... Oops, I want ventilation pipes, not liquid pipes. That is going to come down like this. Jump across these two lines. Drop it into this tank. This filter's the same as all the ones I've done before. It's set up so that it loops the gases through, so they'll always be moving. This sensor determines what type of gas it is. If it's the gas I want, it opens the shutoff for just a second and lets that next blob of gas through. So since it's always looping, it'll never break, even if the power shuts off, even if the gas flow stops, even if it gets overpopulated like it is now, where I can't put any more gases in, it'll always work. And it costs no power, because these shutoffs cost 10 watts of power, but they never actually draw 10 watts of power, because they only turn on when they're being used. It lasts such a short amount of time, the game doesn't count it. So it's kind of like a little bug, but I'll take it. Even if they were to draw power, that for all 6 of these, it'd be 60 watts. So, all right, so we can see the chlorine is coming this way. As soon as this tank's done, it'll start pulling that out. I think what I'll do is temporarily put a gas reservoir down here, so I have somewhere for that natural gas to go while I'm waiting for the natural gas storage to be built. I mean, it's built, but I need it to be emptied out of other gases first. So I don't want to be pumping natural gas in and then have to pump gas out, because it'll just go forever in a loop. And then this storage, if I haven't shown this before, works because the... actually, I think I might need to do just a tiny little bit more of ethanol. But the liquid at the bottom is enough to make it so that the gas comes out, and because there's just a tiny bit of liquid, it pushes the liquid aside and it comes out for a split second, and then the liquid moves back. I think that these are just slightly too low. Yeah, so let's do ethanol here again. And I want to do... Bruno's going to grab it right there. Put it back in. So I just want to go until the first drops come out and then disable it again. I just want a few milligrams to drop in. So what I want these to be is all over... Yeah, just under 2,000 is where I want them to be. Good deal. Alright, so the natural gas is pumping into here. Let's get this priority higher so that the chlorine can get out of the way. Pushing against my power demands very quickly here. This is trying to draw more power than I can give it. Then I'll add another 480. That'll be too high. But that's okay. Not all this stuff is running all at once. We'll get it sorted then. Okay, so that's 3. The next row should be my airflow tiles. We're going to do them from here. Oh yeah, the setting the reservoir to 9 is no good. It won't build until the tiles underneath it are built. Okay, cool. So now the chlorine's getting pulled out, so that means we have more space for gases to go through. Looks like the next one we need to deal with is our carbon dioxide, but let's just let it run for a little while, see what builds up first. That's the nice thing about this loop. Once it backs up, it'll just keep running. You can see what is backing up your system. These are all temporary anyway. I'm just going to put them there until I decide where I'm putting the rest of the gases. I don't plan on keeping as much of them on this one. Chlorine, I kind of just want to have 1 tank of chlorine so that if I need to use it, I have it. Because I'm going to need it when I make the deep freeze. That's about it. Maybe water for filtration. But the carbon dioxide I don't need. I'm just going to vent that right out into space. This ladder needs to get out of the way. Okay, so now that we have that, we can deconstruct all of these tiles down, all the way down. This room's almost empty of gases, which is good, because then I can start pumping this natural gas into there. Oh, I see what's going on. We have stuff in there that's off-gassing. So it's going to continue to give me more gases to pump out, so I got to get them out of there. Put a tile here and here. We're going to actually dig under here. Not this tile though. That way we can let this flow in. We'll get gases from it. We'll eventually expand over to here. Okay, so this should be sweep only everything. And then I'm going to sweep out this room. Because what's happening is these items down here are off-gassing gases, which that's what's pushing the liquids to the side, like you see. And then those gases are still building up in here. So these pumps will run forever if I don't get that stuff out of there. Let's make this very last one oxygen. We want breathable gases. And then what we'll do is we'll just run this pipe around the end up here, and we will put a priority pipe to make it so this oxygen gets used first to get it out of our filter. So where's the oxygen coming from? Is that this pipe? Oh, it's pumping out very cold gases. Alright, cool. So the oxygen, as it comes through, hits here, and it comes up here, and it goes up that way. Oh, that's a problem. I need another gas bridge. Like this. There we go. That's how I actually want it set up. So this is set up so any oxygen that comes from the filter will get taken first, and then if there's no oxygen on this line, then this pipe will accept oxygen. So basically, we're already taking the oxygen from inside of our base first. This line is coming from the other base. But I have it set up so that goes into the atmosuits first, because I want to make sure that no matter what, the atmosuits have oxygen. This line is coming right from our oxygen supply on Idiolus. I gotta change that name. I can't pronounce that. And here we have millions of oxygen stored. Oh, it's actually down pretty well. It's gonna start producing oxygen again soon. Is this still working? Yeah, this is still working. Sort of amazed by that. I want to do a dig across here. Do this stuff first. I'm trying to get this room empty. Natural gas reservoir's almost full already. But it caused me problems. Actually, I don't need to cancel these. I can just build over them. I'm going to shift this liquid lock in one. Probably in two, actually. Let's get rid of these ladders because I don't need them. Power stop. This needs higher priority. Unless I'm out of coal. Am I out of coal? No, I have 14 tons of coal. Okay, so the next thing, I think carbon dioxide is what's built up the most. So let's make this carbon dioxide. We'll do the same thing. This will come down here, come across. Go up into here. That means we need a gas bridge here. Here. Okay, cool. These are in a vacuum now? No, they're just getting close. Okay, cool. It's vacuum now. So if I connect this pipe, this, disconnect it there. So now we can see here, this is a completely empty room. When this natural gas comes in, it just fills the whole room up. Oh, actually, I want to cut those. I cut this off again. I don't want to keep pumping the gas back out. But so now all this natural gas will get dumped into this room, and because that liquid is there over these vents, just the right amount, it'll keep pumping in here even if this overpressurizes. So we can store an infinite amount of natural gas in this room. So as long as we keep getting all the stuff out of these filters going, and then this pumps can keep flowing, we'll get all the natural gas out of the base. Is the goal. And then we're going to clear this out and have a ladder down here. This is going to be my main ladder down as we build down. That'll allow this gas to flow through here over to where this pump is. This one, yeah. We just got to keep building ladders down as they deconstruct these temporary tiles. And they'll work their way down. Okay. So that got us all the way down to the bottom. This out. We need to dig out a few more tiles here to have somewhere for these liquids to go. So let's prioritize coming in from this side, because I don't want that liquid flowing in and blocking our gas passage. Okay, so now this is pumping out. I think what we're going to do for now is we'll set this to polluted oxygen, and rather than setting up another storage for that, I am just going to let it go into the base. But just to make sure, I'm going to add in gas bridge there. This gas bridge, all that I'm doing with it is making so that there's no backflow into the pipes. I don't want any gas to go in here and then come back this pipe to get into the atmosphere vents, because I don't mind if polluted oxygen gets pumps out into the base. I'll set a deodorizer up there. In fact, I can do that right now. But oh, actually no, I have to get sand brought over to do that. So that's fine. I don't mind if polluted oxygen comes in here, because they can breathe polluted oxygen just fine. So instead of setting up another storage for it, I'm just going to let it go into the base. But I do not want to go into the atmosuits, because that'll cause me issues. So then I think all we have left is filtering out this little bit of hydrogen that we have. So that's this filter. And then we'll do the same we did with the other toxic gases. Come across here. And this tank can be hydrogen. I guess I built more of those than I needed. Because I was thinking we needed 6, but we don't. Because we don't need one for oxygen or polluted oxygen. But that's cool. So now that once this pipe is done, this will continue running forever as long as we don't get more than 5. How much do these hold maximum? 100. No, as long as we don't get more than 150 kilograms of either of these 3 gases. And if we do, then we'll just have to set up something to handle them. And what I'm probably going to do is the hydrogen, obviously, once I get SPOM set up to make oxygen, I'll have infinite storage for hydrogen that'll go in there, just like I do on the other base. The chlorine, I'm just going to keep this one tank, and any excess I'll just vent out into space. Same with the carbon dioxide, because while I kept carbon dioxide on the main base, that's because I was feeding it to the slicksters. I'm not going to be doing slicksters on this side. And it's not worth pumping it back to the main base. I have more carbon dioxide than I can handle as it is. Okay, so next thing we want to do is get all of this cleared out so that we can get this gas flowing down into here. We also want to mop up these tiles. So that we don't have anything blocking our gas passage, because right now this isn't coming out. It's because of the temperature here. The chlorine is liquidizing, so as soon as we pump it up, it gets vaporized again. Probably the best thing we can do. Uh-oh. Well, that's good. I thought my game was about to crash again. Speaking of that, I'm going to do a manual save. So in case I have any problems, I have an extra save. What I did is I set it up so that the save folder is on a cloud backup. So as soon as I do a save, I get a backup of it off of my server, so off of my hard drive. So even if it crashes, I should be able to pull that file back. I'm hoping it's not a big issue and it doesn't happen again, but better to be prepared. Okay, there we go. Now we got airflow going. Wonder what this is doing to the temps. Cold is coming out like crazy. We may need to actually get our polluted water set up just so we can heat it, so we can keep the crops going. What do bog buckets need? They can go down to 10 degrees, so that's all right. Nosh beans can go to... Oh, they need to be in cold. Yeah, that's interesting. That's going to have to be moved then. So let's just uproot those for now, because there's no sense in even having them there. I can't grow them there. We'll put some more bog buckets in. So nosh beans are a cold crop. I don't even know if I want to deal with that. Okay, so I think we're gonna split this into two. How big is this? How big is this tank I made? Oh, it has to be an even amount, huh? So if let's do 12. So we'll get rid of this. No, I don't want to do that. I want to deconstruct just this. So let's put a ladder here. Put one here too, eventually. Okay, cool. You can see this. It's slowly starting to flow down. You need to not be alive anymore. You can see that natural gas is slowly starting to pull down because this pump is pulling out this carbon dioxide, which is great. It'll pull all of this out all the way over to here. These plug slugs that I keep getting held off, they're interesting creatures. What they do is they generate power. So what you have to do is make a stable and then just have power wires running down into the stable. And they, when they sleep, will provide electricity into the power grid. It's something worth trying to figure out, but I don't know that I'd want to rely on that being my primary source of power, for sure. Okay, so this can be bog buckets. And then we'll copy this across. The only reason we're even growing reed fibers is because we're going to be setting up an exosuit forge so we can repair these atmosuits. In fact, I should do that before I forget. Because if I don't have them getting repaired, eventually we're not going to be able to leave the base. Yeah, let's add more power problems to our already stressed power grid. That sounds like a great time. What are we at? 2530, but these don't need their power anymore for now. Eventually this will just switch to 1. I just have 2 in here to get it emptied. In fact, I can take this one off right now. Because no matter what the rate of natural gas coming out of this geyser is, one pump will be able to handle it. Yep, see, you can see the gas is now working its way down here, so it's definitely pulling it through. Working exactly how I want it, which is great. So I want to put a block there. We can deconstruct this one. I'm just trying to shift this liquid lock over because I want it to be even with this one. Mostly for aesthetics, but also because I want to have this ladder be able to come down. So we'll place that, and then we'll get rid of this. And I'll put a new tile here, and we'll get rid of this tile. Deconstruct this. We're also going to deconstruct both of these ladders. That's done. We'll get that tile done, and they'll be able to get up in there. We don't need that ladder there anymore. Got right through our nuclear biome. Gunnif resubscribed for 1 month. Welcome to the stream, Gunnif. 9 months. You just had a Twitch baby, Gunnif. Congratulations. Hydrate. I can hydrate. Good idea. Not that you have to redeem it, but Side did leave me a custom side joke in case anybody wants to redeem one. So this room is almost empty. We're running low on calories. But this harvest is about to be done. Gotta redeem the custom side joke in chat. Alright, let me pull up his joke. I gotta make sure I'm very careful to not say this joke incorrectly, because I don't want to get any crap from Sai. He said, "What's the difference between a restaurant and a hooker?" The answer is, one's a Chick-fil-A and the other likes dick-filled A's. I got it right. You tell me if it was right. Did I tell Sai that you approved it? Okay, I'm going to reject the... Actually, no, let's take the slug eggs and let's turn them into omelets. Omelet time. Where are the slug eggs? Slug eggs. I have 2. They are now omelets. Oh no. Okay, so let's check down here what's going on. So this is having power issues, which is what I thought would happen. I have way too much power on one grid. So my next step is I need to add in a large power transformer. I just wasn't trying to expand this too much because I will be getting rid of this once I move the power grid to where the natural gas generator is going to be. Though I'm not quite sure where that's going to be yet, so... Alright, so once that's built, I can cut that line, and then that means... that has 2,050, but right now I have 240. Oh, this is cut off in power because it is running. So I can pull 480 off of this line, which is good. That'll be perfect. I guess I wasn't overloading my grid. I just accidentally deconstructed the power line while I was doing that work. Demon, you're playing Oxygen Not Included right now? Nice. You're gonna pop into Destiny just so you have some new stuff to complain about? That sounds good. How's your colony going, Demon? You learning a lot? I'm gonna drop everything out of here. This is a little trick I do, Demon, when you're starting out. I don't want to have storage, but I want to be able to sweep this stuff up. So I just set this to sweep all, and then sweep in here. And then once this is full, I just turn it off and turn it back on, and everything falls on the ground. It's a nice little trick until I have infinite storage set up. This needs to be mopped up because otherwise I'm not going to have anything flow out of there. So let's see. I want to put... actually, I want this to be an airflow wall. But we're going to make two storage tanks here. One that goes like that. And then this one is going to go like that. And then we're going to deconstruct these tiles. So we're going to put polluted oxygen on the left side and regular, or polluted water on the left side and regular water on the right side, because then this pump will be right next to where I need it to go into the farms. Nice. You know, you don't have to name them after people that you know, like I do. You can name them whatever you want, right? Huh, huh. Oh, actually, I did that wrong. Be right back. Give me 2 seconds. I had to let my brat of a cat back in the room who got kicked out earlier because she was biting again. Say hi to the people, Maxine. Are you confused why I'm talking to the computer? Just talking to myself in here all night long? I see, now you want to be cute because you know I was mad at you. Okay, so I did separate those power. Oh no, not quite. I still have to get this line. Do I not? Need to get these last 2 power lines connected. Let's high prioritize them. We'll get this done. And then we can set up our filtering here and start pumping this water out. We're missing steel. Well, I need more steel. So manufactured materials, steel. Somebody will be bringing it to us shortly. A lot of ice down here. You can see this colony, the second asteroid, much smaller than the first one. It's just this wide. This is space, and this is the bottom of the map. So there's not nearly as much to it on the other asteroids. So you have to kind of plan much more differently on the other asteroids than you do on the main one, because the main one I have a huge amount of space to build up my main base. Somebody's trapped. Who's trapped? Oh, because I took that ladder out of the way. this out because I don't want the waters mixing. And let's remove this. Okay, cool. So they brought the steel over. Somebody's finishing that. How much steel do we have? 0. So we're waiting for more to come through. Those do not need to be that high priority. So I know I'm about to finish anyway. Okay, so we can separate these two power lines. So now we have 480 and 1570. So I have a little bit of room on this one. A little bit of room on that one. The next thing I want to set up is right here. I want to put in an overflow line. So to do that, oh, I need to really change that priority. Yellow alert. That is annoying. Maxine, it is very difficult to do what I'm doing with you laying right on top of my keyboard. There you go. That's a much better place for you to be. Okay, so what this will do is polluted water coming up from the bottom here will get filtered. It will go through this pipe. When it hits this bridge, liquids always take priority over going through a bridge than going through a pipe. So that if there's space here in the crops, it will go down here. So once the water in the crops fills up, then it'll make a turn and go over here and drain into our polluted water tank. I know she's trying to help. She is failing. I don't mind. I mean, I like Maxine, obviously, but she's been very, very bitey today, and I don't like that she does that. Oh, hold on, that's not correct. I need to put that one more over. Oh, and this is not connected. Oh, hold on. Wondering why this wasn't looping. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's right. So then we clip this. I mean, liquid shut off. Probably switch that one around later just so it matches the same thing. But for now, I'm going to put this one down like I did for the other side. Burbly sounds. What? You mean from Maxine? I don't know what that means. Oh, I cut off the gas pipe too. I'm just being all kinds of dumb today. So we're having the same problem here we did up here, where these items in here are off-gassing. That's why this room is still trying to be pumped out. Something in here is off-gassing. So let's get that all pulled out. Yeah, because that's causing this to block up and my oxygen's not coming in. That's why this natural gas is slowly building up, because I'm losing gas pressure in the base. Oh. Yeah, they sure do. Okay, cool. So this is in a vacuum now, which means that that little trickle of polluted oxygen will be gone, which means that this oxygen will start flowing back out into the base, which is good. Because we need oxygen. It's important. All right, now we have oxygen or other gases being filtered back out from down here. So between pulling out all the bad gases at the bottom and pumping out oxygen very quickly, pressurizing the top of the base, all the gases will get pushed down to the pump and taken care of. We'll still end up with little bits over here, but we'll get rid of that eventually. And this is going to keep pumping out all this water until the polluted water is gone, and then the water will get put into this tank, which is good because then I'll have access to water again, because right now my toilets don't have any water. But I'm very soon going to be putting in proper plumbed toilets, so that's not an issue. Okay, so I can disconnect all of this, deconstruct these lines, and then I can run a gas pipe just directly up. So when this geyser does become active again, and this room fills with natural gas, it will be pumped up, but I don't want it pumping out unless we start to pressurize the room, because I don't want to be constantly pumping the gas. So I'm going to put an Atmos sensor in here, and I'm going to set it to 500. Ooh, did I make sure that was steel? Aluminum's pretty good, but I want steel. Temperatures coming out of these natural gas vents can be pretty high, so I want to make sure I have steel to resist any overheating. So above 500, turn on, start pumping about the gas. Let's get rid of that alarm. I actually probably put in a second pump down here just to make this go faster, because I have the power to do so. Actually, no, I don't want to do it like that. Let's do it like this. Clip this, and clip this. Okay, cool. So now we have two pumps pumping out. Let's dig this down a little bit so we don't have any liquids building up near the pump. Mostly just oxygen and natural gas now, which is good. Probably help with getting some more airflow down to here. Looks like our oxygen is overpressurizing a lot. Take the eggs. Turn the eggs into omelets. So I don't need them right now. So we are almost back to where we were at the end of our YouTube episode before my save file got messed up, which is good. that was the plan for tonight. I'm probably going to stream for a while longer. Do some more stuff. We'll expand over into here once we get all this liquid sorted into these chambers up here. I do want to put, I did this earlier, I forgot. I want to put more airflow tiles here so that all this can come across. So we can stop stifling our crops. The only other thing we have left to do that was done before my save file was getting this geyser open. And then getting natural gas generators in place. When I did it before, I did them over here, but I didn't really like the setup. It was pretty tight over here. So I think I'm going to put them on this side. The issue is when they're over here, I'll have to put in a pump to pump the polluted water out. But I think that'll be okay. So this I need to set more Atmos suits to repair indefinitely. So I'm getting a couple down here. So when I do that, I have one more Atmos suit and I have 24 reed fibers. So once I get these growing again, that'll be good, so we can make sure we have them indefinitely. Now the gas is flowing out of there. Much better. Yeah, so let's do this first. We'll get this dug out. I'm just going to do a similar setup to what I've done before for this. I'll put... actually, no, I guess I can't put that quite there yet. I gotta get the ladder. I have the ladder for them to get in. So this is just going to pump out polluted water. So I'm going to put in liquid pump. And we'll put in a hydro sensor. Put it like that. Let's put a ladder down on this side. We're going to insulate these tiles around it because it's going to be cold. I don't want that cold going into the base. Excuse me. So then I need plumbing. Just bring it down like this. And we'll do it like this for now. Because I don't need to filter it because it's all going to be polluted water coming out. And then I need to get power up to it, so this line has not quite enough, but some of this power is extraneous. It's fine. It'll work. Once I redo the power grid, we can change it up. I would like to get a researcher. Do I have enough skill points to do that now? It's going to be... Need field research. I could have Auto do it. Where's Otto? Is he over here doing research on this one? Yeah. It's okay. He can finish that one, and then before I seal this up, I'll have him research this one. Be good to go. I don't want to just bring this ladder all the way to the bottom. We'll let that go. Gases are slowly filtering out. All three of the rows of bog buckets are growing. Body temperature is a problem here. It's too cold. I think once I pull that gas out, it will fix the problem. Because the oxygen that I am pumping in is 27 degrees. So once we get all the other gases out and the oxygen starts to go through the base, that'll help quite a bit. So let's put some mesh tiles down here. Out of steel again? They're still bringing it. It's just taking a while. I do have plenty of steel, right? Yeah. Cool. So they're picking it up and bringing it. It's just taking time. While we wait on that, let's check out everything over here. My water boiler's still working how I wanted it to. Slowly but surely. A semi-steady flow of water coming out of it. It's definitely, it's hard to tell if it's making, if it's keeping up with it or not. But I'm also not running my petroleum generators at full capacity yet either. Let's check out our temps. Still having a hard time cooling this base down. I think I need to do some more efficient cooling. That's going to be my next YouTube episode. Slicksters are doing okay, though I have a Slickster that got out in here. I think what I need to do is put in a chamber like this one up here, down in here. So that way when they don't get to the Slicksters often enough and they come into this place, they can drop down into the kill chamber and get murderized. I just have to figure out where I would put it. So that's a problem for later. But we definitely have 7 Slicksters in all of these. We have, ooh, there's 5 in that one. It's weird. Might have just had a couple die though. And this one has 8, so this one will get moved over. But the egg production is definitely doing well. It's back up to 61. So they'll be dying off down here, providing us food too. We're almost up to 4 million calories again, so clearly all working well. Water's building up. How did I get here? Is there a Slickster in my base somewhere? It must have been at some point. Must have gotten rid of them, though. I didn't notice the oil. That's the only way I can get oil. I think I could think to get oil down in here. This water's heating up too. Yeah, temperature is definitely our biggest focus on the next episode that we record. I might even work on it later in the stream once I finish up on the other side. Just depends how late I end up going. I could... I think it'll be okay, because I think this oxygen is going to get pulled down as we go. This oxygen's hotter. I think it's just going to take it a while to flow through here. I think what I will do, though, is put some airflow tiles on this side to let some exchange between the two sides of this room. That way this gases can work their way over and temperature can exchange too through the gases. I want to keep this ethanol pool because I'm using it to do liquid box. Let's do that. Ethanol is pretty good for that because ethanol has freezing point at minus 114 and it evaporates. It's a lower evaporation point, so I don't want to use it any place that's going to get hot. But I don't have to worry about ethanol freezing. In fact, I can use it for my cooling loops. It's probably what I will do once I set a cooling loop here. Well, you know what? We could... I want to get the power set up, but once I have the power set up, I can put in a tepidizer because I don't think power is going to be too much of a problem. We'll see. I gotta get this geyser figured out so I know how much I'm going to end up getting from it. I could always ship over power from the main base in the form of petroleum too, because God knows I have enough petroleum. That might be an option actually, because we could easily pump in petroleum here and then add that to our power. Possibility. Put that tile, let's get rid of it. Now that we have that wall there, I can dig this out. Oh man, that is not what I wanted. Sure, I'll take some glass. Why not? Is that water in there? Sure is. It's annoying. Hey, there's some meat down there that I can't get to. Thanks, Mike. Down at 19,000 calories. We really need to get these crops on. What the heck is going on here? Maybe I did the math wrong. Life cycle is 6.6. Yes, it takes. So every 6.6 cycles, I will get 1,840 calories from here, from each of these tiles. And I have, it's 13, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. So I have 39 tiles producing 1,840 calories every 6.6 cycles. So that means every cycle they're producing 10,872. My duplicates are only eating half of that. So why am I not getting excess? Unless I'm doing that math wrong. I don't think I am, though. I mean, I had a couple that the temperature wasn't there. Maybe it wasn't for a while for most of it, but the thimble reeds have a higher body temperature. They need to be in 22 degrees. Currently, it's like cold down here. But I think once all this gas gets pulled out and the oxygen starts filtering through, that'll fix itself. I have some time, though, before I have a problem with the thimble reeds. Because I have 21 more reed fibers, and these atmosuits don't wear out that fast. I think this is going to be a frozen core all the way across. This probably goes the whole way. I don't think we have too much as far as surprises in this map. I still have not found a geyser that will give me any kind of oh, actually no, I guess this is the water that I'm going to do. I'm going to have to convert cold water into or cold polluted water into regular water to make oxygen. Though I'm not concerned about the oxygen for now. I don't mind drawing off the main base for a while. I'm mostly concerned about making sure this food gets set up. So I think the next thing I should prioritize is getting the power finished and then get a deep freeze set up. Okay, so yeah, let's check on this other side. Why is my steel not coming through? Or maybe it is, just not as fast as I would hope. Let's set this up to priority 8. I got so many duplicates that are idle in here. They should all be running to get the frickin' steel. Am I having issues with my atmosuits on this side? We have a couple empty ones. I have 1,029 reed fiber on this side, so that's not an issue. And they can clearly fix them. I just got a bunch of lazy duplicates, that's all it is. I'm going to up this to 75% so that they go get coal faster. What I should do actually is put the coal down here. So let's do that and that. Oh, awesome. This is finished, so it's not active for another 20 cycles, so I don't have any more natural gas than what I have till then. But so it's active 65 out of 114 cycles, so that's like 40%. And it erupts 164 out of 477 seconds, that's also like 40%, maybe 30%. And it gives me 538 grams per second. Probably gonna have to use a calculator to figure that one out. Because I'm not figuring that out in my head today. Okay, so natural gas geyser eruption output is 538.7 grams per second. Eruption cycle is 164 seconds out of every 477 seconds. The activity cycle is 65.8 out of 114.6. So I get 7.312 kilograms of natural gas per activity cycle. Natural gas. So it uses 90 grams per second. I think that means I should have enough to support 2 natural gas generators, which is fine. That's what I wanted. So I think I'm going to put them right here. Let's put them a little farther over. No, I want some more space. We'll do it like that. Then we'll put regular tiles around them. Okay, so that's good if we get it started. So what we're going to do is make it so that these are set up here. There'll be a pump here that pumps the water that comes off of them out. The carbon dioxide can get pumped right into our storage for it, which we will be venting into space. The natural gas will come in from right here, which is not far to go. And then we need to run the power up to the top. So let's do a heavy hot wire. Just do it like that. Put a battery in here so that I can run an automation wire to them. This way. That's it's kind of pipe spaghetti, but it's fine. Don't need this here. Wow, that's a lot of polluted oxygen. I don't think I have any sand on this space. I don't. So there are a couple options. I could send sand over from the other base, or I could make it here. Sand. Oh, I can use sand to make glass. That's not what I'm looking for. So I can use a rock crusher to break a lot of things down into sand. I don't really want to do that. If I had a poke shell, I could get it that way. I don't have them, so, and I don't really want to set them up. I think I'm just going to bring it in from the other side because I have a crap load of sand over here. 936 tons. So let's just set a command to send me some sand. And then we will put an oxygen deodorizer right up here. We have almost all the natural gas cleaned up out of the base. Nice thing about putting it there is that this natural gas or this polluted oxygen will get pushed out right here. It can get turned into oxygen. So we can keep filtering and have the polluted oxygen get pumped up there and turned into oxygen. We're just over, base is already pressurized, so there's not really much space for the oxygen to go. But as we pump out the polluted oxygen down here, the oxygen will push in its way. I think I'm going to put in gas valve. Put it in right here. I'm going to have this gas coming in through that. And then I control how much gas is coming in. Because right now I'm bringing in, 1,000 grams per second. Or even more. I don't know. But I can regulate it because I don't need that much. I have 5 duplicates. I only need half of that. I'm Maxine. I think I'm going to finish this power system setup, and then I'm going to call it a day for the stream. I was hoping to go for a lot longer, but just feeling very tired. Everything is slowly getting built. I'm just waiting on materials and stuff like that. Take the swamp chard heart. Always use extra calories. So let's put a notifier on sand so I know how much has been brought over. So I can shut that off when we get enough. I didn't even realize I still had that second vent on there. Bump this up just a tiny bit just to get some of that gas flowing again. Okay, so what I wanted to do here was limit this to, we're going to start at 250 grams a second, which is less than what we need, but that way we'll use up some of the oxygen we brought in. In fact, I don't want to set this any higher because I don't want to risk having popped eardrums and stuff like that. Set this back to 4. Okay, so this has been opened up. Let's get auto analyzing that. So I want to get that closed up and ready to go. I want to put a airflow tile in the top 2 corners. That way, while it's filling up with liquid, it'll push the air out. Okay, that'll do. I'll make this analyze high priority, and I'm going to prioritize this sweeping. I want to get all of this finished and seal it up. Put another one of these storage bins right here. Because right now the dudes that can't leave the colony can't do any of that sweeping because they have to take it outside of the colony. Yeah, see, I'm getting popped eardrums in here. That's why I wanted to shut this off. Let's shut this down to 2K or 3K for now. And we can see the polluted oxygen is now getting turned into oxygen as it gets pumped out here. So that's good. That's what the problem is. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get steel coming through. I have these set to really small amounts because I was putting seeds through, Atlas suits through. That was dumb. Okay, so now if I look over here at my steel thing, I probably have a bunch of dudes running to get me steel. Sure do. That was a derp on my part. So when I look at the errands here, I have... Look at all those people running to do the work. Ah, that's some frustration. All right, that makes sense though. I was trying to figure out what's going on with that. I couldn't figure it out. So now I got steel dropping off like crazy. I wanted to set this up as coal. Hi, Maxine. You're in the way. Please move. Please move. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I need to do deconstruct on here. And then I need to do a heavy watch output. Oh, I need this. It's frustrating to do that. Come on. There we go. That's better. Once all that's built, we'll have power flowing again. People not able to get out to do the work. Probably not, because this doesn't have power. Oh no, you're getting through. Okay, good. Cool. So then we have one more wire to connect there to get this working. And then we just need to get the battery all working. Let's prioritize all this stuff. Including this down here because I need to get the drainage working. So I want this to be set on, yeah, 90-10 is fine. This battery I want to set to 90-40. So need this gas pipe maybe going out. Before too long, we'll have to deal with this excess carbon dioxide. But for now, it'll be okay. Just to get it running at least. So natural gas is already over here. Need that automation wire to click on and it'll start firing up as soon as there is a place for the carbon dioxide to go. Okay, so these are going on, but they have no gas output. So as soon as those pipes are finished and the carbon dioxide has somewhere to go, they will fire on. Which means I need to get, I don't care if the polluted water drops down for a few seconds. So how's Destiny going? I haven't heard you complaining at all. Yes, ma'am. What would you like? And if you didn't reach this miniature cups, I would give some to you, but they're chocolate, and it would kill you. No, as much as you've been annoying me today, that might not be a bad thing. Just kidding. Why is nobody over here doing my work? Come do the work. Waiting on Chrono to wake up. Everybody's letting Chrono do all the work. Is he the only one out loud outside or something? Look at that, our natural gas generators are running. Yay. Do those later. Get this one. Unreachable. That is false. Cool. Alright, so let's put... Alright, so we managed to get all natural gas collected together. Most of it. Still working on little bits. We managed to get this almost finished. Our natural gas generators are up and running, connected to the power grid. So, in essence, we are just about where we were before I lost all my save data this morning. I had to download an update and 3 required resource packs. I just now got on. Wow. There's the complaining. I was waiting for it. Now I feel better. It sustains me. Stretch time. Okay, I can do that. Pretty soon it's going to be time to get off. Because I've been sitting for too long today. It's making me feel crappy. Not to mention my duplicates have been running around without washing their hands for about 45 cycles, so that's kind of gross. Check out the germs. They're probably everywhere. Actually, they're surprisingly not bad for the fact that duplicates have been using the bathroom and then not washing their hands. But there's Axel, covered in germs. It's good. I enjoy the complaining. I think our food supply is sustainable now. I think we're going to start getting excess. So the next task we'll be working on after this is all finished is setting up a deep freezer here, because I do not want to have food going to waste. I don't like food waste in game any more than I like it in real life. I never took down this wall. This wall's not supposed to be there. Well, they haven't had any water to put into those sinks because I didn't put a pitcher pump down here. But it'll fix itself very soon because I'm about to start pumping the regular water up, and I have a pitcher pump installed in here. I mean, I had it there all the time. I didn't just put it in there now because I just remembered it. It was there the whole time. I promise. And actually, now that I have everything done in there, what I want to do is put in a wall. Oh, I can't put it there because I have a thing in the way. That's annoying. That's very, very frustrating. I'm going to put a wall like that, and I'm going to get rid of this one over here. That way, the duplicates inside the base can get to the water. So another couple cycles, once it's pumped out the bottom of this polluted water in the bottom, we'll start getting the fresh water in there. We're also going to get a large amount of pacu fillets because these fish are all going to run out of water to live in, and then I'm going to murder them. But this isn't pumping the water because this pipe's not finished. So go finish my pipe. Tear that down while you're at it. So I'm curious to see how long 18 kilograms of natural gas lasts me. Because I have another 16 cycles to get through. I mean, I have 18 kilograms times, let's see, what is this? 33. That's how much is stored in there. So 18 times 33, 594 kilograms of natural gas. If these were running full bore, they use, what do they use? Come on. They use 90 grams per second. So that's 54 kilograms a day. That doesn't seem right. But that's if they're running full bore, and they don't run full bore. But so even if they ran at that rate, I'd still get about 10 cycles before I ran out. So I think I will have natural gas to last me until it starts pumping out. We'll see if we have an excess of it when the next activity cycle is over. I mean, I plan on making a fish farm, but once the water here is out, they're going to have nowhere to swim, and I'm not going to let them flop around on the ground. That'd be terrible. So I'm going to do the merciful thing, and I'm going to turn them into seafood. Because I'm, you know, a good human. Not like you who would torture the fish. Sounds like fish torturer. Why do you have commands to build power wires when I already have power wires? Okay, so this is all well and good. This is all running. This is now pumping my polluted water over to the tank. Oh, I know what I need to do next. I need to put in a liquid pump in the bottom of this tank to get it ready so that when I do run out, I want to have a pump that I can just turn on so that my crops keep running. Because this is going to stop pumping polluted water shortly. And I want to be able to just switch over the pipe and be like, this is where you're getting your polluted water now. And then once this is finished, this polluted water will get pumped down there too. 2 more pieces of wire that they just don't want to. They don't want to finish them. Finish the wires, bro. You know what I can actually do now that everything is safe down here? Let's disable the exosuit dock. So then everybody can go out of the base, because now there's nothing that's going to hurt them for the moment. Because what's really slowing this down is that half my duplicates can't go get the materials they need to build it. Because they're not allowed out of the base. And then I can, since that's disabled, I can just give, let's just turn default access on for everybody. Or default access is that everybody can leave. That's a better way to say it. Okay, so this is connected to power, this is connected to this. So we can, I guess I don't really want this to go, I guess I'm still going to run through the filter because there's a chance that clean water might accidentally get in here. So that's fine. Let's put liquid bridge like this. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it so that liquid from here will go up first. And then once that's out, it'll take liquid from in here. Should be okay, because it's not going to be pumping. Actually, no, I don't want to do that, because if I do that, then it's going to make it so that the clean water will take priority over the polluted water. So let's go back to doing this. We'll just cut this off. Switch it over when we're ready. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day for the stream. We've gotten everything done that I wanted to, and I need to get some dinner made. So thanks for watching. I'm going to find somebody to raid, and we'll call it a night. Give me a few minutes to find somebody. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time.